Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of I Got My Heart Broken, So Here Is a Poem, the poetry slash feelings slash open air therapy series where I share my poetry and then share my thoughts of sorrow and grief and despair and hopelessness and loneliness and yeah. So, real quick, I know it's been a while, and there's a reason for that. It's been several weeks. Several weeks ago, a couple people in the real world have told me some things about this series that has really given me a lot to think about. And so I'm going to ask for a favor from all of you in the audience, and I would really appreciate if you could do this for me, and that would be to leave a comment in the comment section below telling me your opinion on this situation, telling me what you would like me to do in regards to this series, because I really do value your input, and I'm curious as to what you guys really think about this series. Whether you want me to continue doing the poems, even if they're bleak and dark and disturbing, or, continue talking about my feelings, or, some combination, or even maybe just turning this into a vlog about my week. I don't know. I'm curious because let's get to what they said. And one of my friends, she said that, she was kind of a fan of my poetry. She's one that kind of sort of helped inspire this series to begin with, because she wanted me to publish the poetries because she thought I could make money off of them. I don't know how, but so she wanted me to get my poetry out there, and this is certainly a way to do that. But recently, she has told me that she had to stop watching the videos because it was making her depressed. And, they were just too depressing. And that really got to me, because my intention with this is not to make anyone feel bad, even though it appears that in multiple ways I've been making people feel bad because of this series, and that's not what I wanted to do, and I apologize if that's happened, because I know that these poems have been written in a very dark time in my life where I was very sad and cynical and angry and downtrodden, discouraged, frustrated. And life was dark and life was bleak during those times. And it's been a constant struggle all my life to escape those feelings. And I never really have fully escaped these feelings. And so I can understand why, they can be a bit much. I was hoping that more people would find more positives within this, as in, I can relate, so I don't feel alone. I can see that this person has made it through a lot of these struggles, so hey, I can probably make it through struggles, things like that. So I want to be kind of like an uplifting, force in people's lives. And one thing that she really liked was a lot of the comedy that I kind of put in to some of the videos, because just joking about things, especially when I'm uncomfortable, I tend to joke a lot. So I'm really uncomfortable. If the body language experts probably see me do this a lot in these videos, because I'm closing myself off because I'm not actually really comfortable talking about these things, even though I'm not really talking to anyone specifically at this. I'm talking to a phone. But anyways, moving on to the other person, and this person has been a real good friend, has really helped me a lot in the over a year, the last year plus. with helping me get out of my shell, helping me to kind of help improve myself. With all the goal, her goal to attract me a mate so that she can have grandchildren, even though we're not related, but she's everyone's mom, and so she's everyone, anyways, so she wants grandchildren, and she's got children of her own, but she's greedy, she wants more. Anyways, so, and she asked me if I was still doing these videos, and I said yes, and she was kind of like, well, but why? I mean, you don't need to do them anymore. You've said what you've needed to say. You're in a much better place emotionally than you were back when you started. And honestly, this type of talk, this type of stuff is not really flattering. I mean, even though, yes, we are in the enlightened age where gender roles and assumptions about masculinity and things like that are supposed to be, forgotten, there's still a thing that is inherent, instinct, subconscious, that, women are attracted to men who are confident, who are stoic in ways, who aren't showing weakness. Strong men, people are strong soul, strong body, strong mind, and putting this type of stuff out here, being vulnerable, tearing up, being emotional, is seen as weakness. And regardless of whether you believe it is weakness or not, there is something subconscious working in the back of your mind that's going to be like, red flag, this is an ick, this is a deal breaker. And so, having these videos out here and constantly talking about things like this can be a net negative when it comes to attracting a mate, especially when, the woman's just going to, will look at the surface level and go, this guy's got problems, and this guy, isn't put together, it's like, pass. And, I've got a lot to overcome, and I shouldn't be, giving me even more things to overcome in that matter. So I understand her point and her concerns, and when she told me about this, I did agree with the fact that, like, I'm in a better place emotionally right now, though I'm not so sure. It's a roller coaster. It's peaks and valleys, and right now I am on a downward trend, and I'm waiting to hit the valley. I'm not sure if I'm there yet or not, but it's been tough emotionally for me the last week, maybe even a little longer, and maybe just me coming to grips with the reality of my situation. Maybe, I don't know. I do know, but I don't know if I want to say it. And that's one of the big things, is like, I still have a lot of fear of expressing how I feel. And maybe because if I say it, it adds a finality to certain things. And anyways, so yeah, so I'm obviously I'm not like super cured. So, it's tough. And so I do want your guys' opinion on what I should be doing, whether or not I should be changing anything, focusing more on something, or maybe just stop the whole thing altogether. I don't know. But I would appreciate your comments, and I would hope that you do this for me. Please. Thank you in advance. And now it's time for the poem. The poem. Yes, the poem that I've talked about for weeks. A poem that I started writing months ago. And it was a poem that was intended to be a romantic poem that I would read to her when we finally start, or we finally are in a relationship and we're close and maybe even intimate. And it was a poem that was meant to make her feel good, make her feel special, because she inspires me, she inspired me to write this, make her feel wanted and desired and thought of, and just get her happy, and maybe even turn her on a little bit. I don't know. But the reaction of joy, that it's a gift. It's a thoughtful and wonderful gift to have someone create something for you out of their heart and soul. And it starts out that way, but as life has continued, it's gone from that to questioning, to struggling, to the final ultimate end of this poem. So you can tell how it shifts and ends, and kind of gauge my feelings on the whole situation based on what it is. And honestly, when I read this to her, because she deserves to have it read to her, she deserves to hear it before anybody else, because it was inspired for her, and it was inspired by her, and it was for her. And so yeah. So her reaction, of course, was not one that I would consider positive. It was more like a stunned silence, and then her questioning my use of the word love, which reinforces that I think that she has doubts about the sincerity of my feelings. And I'm not calling her out on that. I mean, it's perfectly reasonable and understandable to have doubts, because I doubt myself too, because when you think logically about things, it doesn't add up. But then again, it's matters of the heart. So what logic, we can pretty much throw logic out the window, but we'll get into that later. So let's go and talk. Let me read the poem, and then we talk about it afterwards, and try to not be an hour and 40 minutes, because I recorded this video before and it was an hour and 40 plus minutes, and I'm going to try not to go that deep into the weeds. But also another thing about like this series and things like that is that for the longest time in my life, I felt like that I had to suffer in silence. That I had to struggle and do all this by myself, and to do it without being heard, because even though I can talk to family and friends, there's always like parts of me that I can't say certain things, feel like I'm maybe being judged or maybe even dismissed. It's like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not, and so for a long time, I felt like I couldn't speak. And if I did speak, no one would listen. And with doing this and putting it out there on the internet for billions of people to have access to, feels to me like I'm being heard. I'm being heard for the first time. I'm being heard and not being judged and not being analyzed. I mean, I might all be doing that stuff, but it's not happening because I'm not seeing it in the comments. So, so it's more of a chance of being heard than me just venting about it sitting on my bed at night. Maybe the neighbors hear that. I don't know. But this feels like I'm getting my word out there, and that I'm being listened to. So I just wanted to throw that out there too, about like the importance of this stuff to me. So let's get into the poem, because we're already like 15 minutes into this. Anyways, so let's get going. Untitled. I look at you with longing in my heart, to be part of your world and never to part. I gaze into your lovely eyes, deep into your soul. Overwhelming joy and love, emotions I can hardly control. I hold you close and softly kiss your sweet lips, while gently tracing the line of your neck with my fingertips. I drink in your luscious essence. Oh, how it fills me. Enveloped in your love, our passion ignites for the world to see. A flame that engulfs us as it all burns away. It is only us and our love that forever will stay. We rise from the ashes like a phoenix, to the heavens we fly. Upward on the wings of a love that will never die. Oh, but how can I make it a reality? To open your closed heart, there must be a key. A way for me to enter your heart and heal your soul. To pour out my love, an endless spring, making you full. To awaken your passion and unleash your desire, to burn away all fear and doubt within its radiant fire. For what must I do to unravel the mystery of your beautiful soul that is closed off to me? How many demons must I slay and enemies defeat, racing through many trials until I fall at your feet? Exhausted and drained as I look to the skies, what will it take for me to receive a look of love from your eyes? Perhaps I am a fool to even believe your heart I can win. But would giving up on my dream not be a great sin? I don't know what I should do, give up or soldier on, to find a hiding place or a star to wish upon. I guess in the end, it doesn't matter what I do, for I will never hear from you the words, I love you. So you can see how it starts off as romantic, loving, and to questioning and struggling, to ultimately the reality. I look at you with longing in my heart. Every time I see her face, I look into her eyes. I long for more. I long to be able to put my arms around her and pour my love out. I long to tell her that she makes me feel wondrous. This electricity, this energy that makes me want to run through walls, to climb up to the highest place and yell out, I love this woman. I love this woman. She is wonderful and great and spectacular, and I want to spend as much time as I can with this woman because she fills me with such overwhelming joy and love. Emotions that I can control because I've been controlling them. I've been bottling them up. I've been storing them away. And sometimes it feels like I'm going to break, that I'm going to burst, and it's all just going to come out. And unfortunately, sometimes it's, I'll be playing a game and I'll be angry and it will come out. The emotions will come out. And then I will put my fist through a keyboard. Shit, man. But I desire to be part of your world and never depart. I want to be part of your life, and I want you to be a part of my life. I feel as though you are special enough and spectacular enough. And these feelings that I feel are things that I have not felt in many years, decades. And it's both wonderful and excruciating. You know? It's both super happy joy and sorrow. You know, when we part, it's not sweet sorrow, it's just sorrow. When I have to say goodbye, I want to put my arms around her and wish her a good night. If I had my way, I would text her every night. Good night, my sweet princess. Angels sing ye to your sleep. Every morning, wake up. Hello. Did you have a good rest? Did you dream great dreams? But I don't, because I don't want to go too far. I don't want to step outside of where I'm supposed to be. Because, I'm supposed to be just a friend. And, I do want to be more. But anyways, I hold you close and softly kiss you. This is just the fantasy now. What I would want to do, yes, I would. I do want to kiss her. I do want to kiss her. I want to touch her. I want to feel her. Drink in your luscious essence. Oh, how it fills me. I want to feel her love. Passions ignite. Flame that engulfs us all. Burns everything away except us. A love that never dies, because that's a desire. I want a love that doesn't die, because I've had a love that died. Where I've been tossed to the fire and the flames. Oh, but how can I make it a reality to open your closed heart? There must be a key. And so here's the switch from the feelings of longing and the fantasy to the how can I make it happen? What can I do? Because I do feel like she has closed herself, and and I understand, because she was in a situation not too long ago where she got really hurt. And she needs time to heal, and she needs time to, complete herself, to put herself back together. And I understand that, and it's, just my fucking luck, the timing of it all, right? Perhaps if this happened a year from now, or even a year earlier, I don't know. But I understand. And in the past, she was in a relationship with what I can only feel like is like a sleazy player who was screwing around behind her back with everybody she knew, and he fed her a bunch of lines and stuff like this, wrote a song for her. It's like, oh, I wrote a poem. Oh my God, I'm not this guy. Seriously, I'm not that guy. But, I can see why she would not trust based on that and, the recent things, I can understand that. So she's closed off. She's shields up. How do I find a way to open her heart? A way for me to enter your heart and heal your soul. How do I do that? To pour out my love in endless spring, making full. Because I have so much love to give. I have so much just waiting to be poured out. I need is permission. To awaken your passion and unleash your desire, to burn away all fear and doubt within its radiant fire. How do I get you to unlock yourself and allow yourself to feel passionate, to feel desire, to cast away, to burn away your fears and your doubts? Because you have fears, you have doubts. You have doubts about me, you have doubts about my feelings, you have doubts about my authenticity, my sincerity. And I understand that. And I don't blame you. Because, yeah, you don't really know me all that well. We've only known, really started talking to each other for like half a year. It's not like we've been, several years. So, I mean, I understand that. And I understand that there's fear. You don't want to get hurt again. You don't want to be in a situation like that. And I know that you have plans for your life, things that you want to do. And I know that like fear of a relationship could, a relationship could be a roadblock to those things. It could be a hindrance. It could be a chain. You want to move somewhere, and this relationship is like a chain. It's like an anchor. And I understand that too. I understand that. So you definitely have. She definitely has concerns. Valid concerns. I guess she's got a million reasons to run away. I'm looking for a reason for her to stay. For what must I do to unravel the mystery of a beautiful soul that is closed off to me? And that's the thing, it is a mystery to me. I don't know exactly how she feels. She says things like, I just don't know you well enough. What does that mean? Does that mean I don't know you well enough because I have feelings for you? I just don't know you well enough, and my fear and my doubt are keeping me from acting on it? I'm skeptical of your sincerity, and I'm waiting to see if I'm not full of shit, if I'm not like, or is it, I don't know well enough, a nice way for me to tell you that I have no feelings at all and I just don't want to hurt you. Or I don't want to risk losing, a friendship. And I understand those feelings too. I understand I don't want to risk losing a friendship either. But I don't know, I would hope that she understands where she stands with me. Because I'm in no man's land. Life is as clear as muddy water. I know I have a feeling what it is. And that feeling is that she doesn't feel anything for me, and that she's doing this to protect me, which she doesn't have to. And she doesn't have to worry about losing a friend, because I'm super fucking into her. I mean, I don't know how much more I can say. It's I want to be with her. And if I have to be with her as just a friend, I'd rather be that than be nothing. Sure, it will hurt. Parting is the sorrow. And I'll continue to pine and hope maybe one day someone else will sway my eyes. I don't know. I don't know, but I want her in my life, and I want her in my life. I just said the same thing differently. I want to be a part of her life. How many demons must I slay and enemies defeat? That's one of the things. Doubt. My low self-esteem. My lack of confidence. Those are all enemies I have to defeat. Her doubts about me. Enemies I have to defeat. How many of those demons, my own personal demons, her personal demons, must I slay? Racing through the many trials until I fall at your feet. The many trials, I feel sometimes like I'm being tested to see if my feelings are sincere and real and genuine. Whether I'm being tested by myself, tested by the world, or tested by her. And she has every right to test me. Because before she opens her heart, she needs to know that I'm legit. She needs to know that I'm for real. That I'm not just some guy trying to get into her pants. That I'm more than just something like that. That I'm willing to give her my everything. Not just my desire and lust, but my love, my devotion, my heart, my soul, my life. That's a lot of deep shit. Am I there? Am I there? I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I struggle with it myself. I struggle because, yes, in all reality, like, how could I possibly feel this way for her? I don't know her that well. Is it just because I'm lonely and she came into my life this way during a vulnerable time? I don't know. Is it just, she, am I just using her? To fill some sort of hole in me? Is it not? Is it genuine? Is it... Because, damn it, I don't want to hurt her. No, I've done it. I've hurt her. Just unintentionally, but... I don't know. I feel as though I do. That my feelings are genuine. Because there are feelings that I've not felt in so long. There have been other people I've been attracted to. There have been other people that I've attempted, and it's not been like this. It has not been like this. It has not felt like this. The struggle in my soul is real. My passion and my desire is real. But you're right, it could be just desperation. It could be that I'm feeling the clock ticking away, the sword of Damocles above my head. I am running out of time. So maybe it is. Maybe I am all just full of shit. Maybe I am just a complete mess of a person who's incapable of actual true love. Who's incapable of getting over all of my problems and my emotional damage and wreckage, and I'm like a leech. I'm a monster. I don't want to be a monster. I don't want that to be the truth. I want the truth to be that I love her. So I'm on trial. I'm on trial for my very soul, it feels. Whether I'm sincere and truly, truly feeling these feelings. Or am I just messed up? Being put to the test. Am I failing the test? I don't know. There's good reason for her to doubt. There's good reason for her to fear. Because after all, I haven't inspired anyone to really love me. And the one that I did, changed her mind, fell out, maybe realized who I was. I don't know. Because she never really told me why. What, exhausted and drained, I look to the skies. There we are. It is exhausting. It is draining. It is emotionally like a war inside my heart. War between, is it true? Is it not true? Am I good enough? Am I not good enough? Am I the prince? Am I the monster? What is it? What's going to win? The light, the hope, the dream, or the dark pessimism, the despair? Which is it going to be? What's going to be the winner of this war? I don't know. I want it to be the light. I want it to be that. I want it to be the light. I want it to be the dream. I want it to be genuine feelings. I want it to be my heart. I want to be the prince. I want to be the hero. But sometimes I'm afraid that I'm not, that I am the villain. That is all bullshit. It's all part of some pathology. And that the darkness is always right and winning. Because obviously in my life, most of the time, it's been that way. I've never been the one good enough. I've never been the one who can attract and inspire. I'm always the one to initiate. In a way. So there was a woman that I worked with that I got real keen on, really attracted to her. And I was interested in her. But she would never really like come up to me and talk to me to give me attention. I always had to, come up and talk to them for the most part, have their attention. But with not her, but with the woman I wrote this for, she would come up to me and initiate conversations. She would say hi to me before I say hi. She would engage in me without me having to initiate. And that did make me feel special and wanted and regarded. Made me feel like she was interested in me, genuinely interested in me. Not just being nice, but actually cared a bit. So I kind of just forgot about the other woman and thought, hey, maybe my friend was right. Maybe I should see what could be with her. Sometimes I wonder if I should have listened to myself at the beginning when my friend suggested to ask her out by saying, no, she's out of my league. There's no way. Should have trusted my initial instincts, maybe. I don't know. Exhausted and drained as I looked at the skies, and there is the desperation of my situation. I am looking for divine intervention. I'm looking for something more powerful than me. I'm looking for God, for these answers, for help. What will it take for me to receive a look of love from your eyes? What will it take? I don't know. I don't have the magical, I don't have the magic. I don't have the. Perhaps I'm a fool to even believe your heart I can win. And that's what I feel sometimes. When I feel like I'm a fool. What am I doing? What am I doing? Am I being an idiot? Am I doing the right thing? Or am I just wasting my life and wasting my time? Is it a foolish pursuit? Am I an idiot? Everyone around me can see it, but I can't. I don't know. But would giving up on my dream not be a great sin? And then that's the thing. It's like, I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up another dream. I don't want to give up another fight. So I've given up way too many before. Is there a time where I just need to take a stand and say, no, I am not going into that good night. I am not fading away. Now I'm going to stand my ground. But I don't know what I should do. I don't know what I should do. Should I give up or soldier on? To find a hiding place, to find a place to hide, to go away, to go back into the shell, to retreat back into the insular person that I was, the unapproachable, the one who looked angry all the time, even though it wasn't angry, it was sorrow, it was sadness. I was always sad. put the shields up. Don't let anyone in. Just assume no one's going to like me. Just assume nothing's going to change. And I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. Do that. Go back. Escape from the pain of the struggle. To retreat to the pain of the reality. That I'm a loser. I'm always a loser. I will always be a loser. There is nothing I can do. No help from above. Nothing. Back into the shell. Protect what I can. Try to find a hiding place. Or a star to wish upon. Once again, the desperation of myself in this situation, that I feel so powerless that I have to find a star to wish upon. This is my last resort. This is a hope and prayer that an outcome can be delivered to me through divine means, because it's beyond my abilities. It's beyond my influence. I guess in the end, it doesn't matter what I do. Because it feels like that. It feels like there's nothing I can do. Regardless of what I do. Regardless of what I say. Regardless of how I act. Regardless of anything. It all doesn't matter. My feelings, my heart, my desires are irrelevant. They're irrelevant. They could be as true as the sun rises. They could be as authentic as winter snow. I don't even know what that means. Authentic. I mean, I know that winter snow exists, so I guess that's the authenticity. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's all real and I'm not full of shit and I'm everything is real and sincere. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. In the end, I am at the mercy of the fates of the world, of other people's thoughts and emotions and beliefs and wants. I am not the main character. I am this side person, NPC maybe. I don't know. It feels like it doesn't matter. I can fight the biggest fight, the greatest fight, the most wondrous fight. And still fall on the battlefield. I don't know where I said this, but there's this thing where it says, you can do everything right, make no mistakes, and still lose. It is a profound, profound statement. And speaking of losing, for I will never hear from you the words, I love you. My heart and my soul. Scratchings and scribbles on a piece of paper. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't matter. I wish she could feel what I feel in my heart. I wish she could feel it so that she may understand what I'm going through. She can understand what I feel. maybe then she could give me some advice on what I should do. If she was me, what should I do? I want to fight. I want to fight. I don't want to give up. I want to battle until she takes out her sword and drives it deep within my heart. And then I slump over and draw my last breath. I want to fight to that very moment. And even then, still reach out for her and say, please. Please. Give me a chance. But honestly, maybe she's already been giving me a chance all this time. And maybe I've been failing at it. Because I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'm holding myself back from her. Because I don't want to go too far. I don't want to lose her friendship. So I hold myself back, and I don't tell her everything I feel. I hold myself back. I don't. I restrain myself so much. Because I'm so afraid of losing what little I have of her. I'm a mess. I wish that when she would hear things like that, she would feel some sort of happiness to know that someone thinks so much of her like that. I'm afraid that she'd feel more like, oh, this guy's got problems and he's so desperate and he's so, fucked up in the mind and he's obviously, not what I would want to be around, so get the fuck away from me. Time to quit my job and get away from you. Time to move out of the state and get away from you. Time to lop off that head. It's fear. Fear is the mind killer, right? Fear keeps you from doing things that you might need to do or should do. So the ultimate question is, do I love her? I believe the answer is yes. That doesn't mean that it's as deep and as strong as it can be. I love her because I care about her and I want her to be happy. And if it means me stepping away and not, not emoting, not pouring out my love, then so be it. Loving someone is willing to sacrifice parts of yourself to help them. Whether that's sacrificing your time, your energy, sometimes money, sometimes wants and desires. She needs time to heal herself. She needs time to get her life to where she wants it to be. And she needs time. And I'm willing to give her that time. Of course, she's tells me, don't wait for me, don't wait for me. As if I have opportunities all over the place. I'm like, but then just say it, just say you don't feel anything for me and you never will. But that's the thing, is like I want to wait for her. I want to know if she's the one. If there is even a thing as the one. She's not like anyone I've ever met in my life. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. She's not like anyone I've ever met. And she confounds me, and she challenges me, and she stirs up emotions within me like no one else has ever, except for that one. There's a saying, like, when it's to talk about your first love, is you never love a woman quite like that again. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it can be pretty damn close. Am I a fool? Am I the king of lost causes? I don't know. It often feels like that. But I don't want to give up. I don't. I want this to be my last stand. Sorry. I want this to be my last stand. Right? Well, not my last stand, but this theoretically, the hill that I die on. This is the fight that I haven't given my all to a fight in my life. Maybe this is the time I should start. And maybe I'm a fool because this isn't the time I should start. But I just don't know what to do. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up. Everyone keeps telling me, you got to think positively. You've got to think positively. You know, you got to think positively, you know. So is me not giving up, isn't that just positive thinking? That some miracle is going to happen and she is going to look at me one day and she's going to go, yes, let's give it a shot. Let's try. That's positive thinking, isn't it? But is it wholly unrealistic? Is it wholly fantasy? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's like I'm a dog chasing cars, you know? And if I get the car, you know, to quote, what was it? The freaking Joker, right? It's like I wouldn't even know what to do with it once I got it, you know? Is that me? Is that what it is? I just don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know what I want, honestly, and I'm just grasping at straws, grasping at threads to figure out what I could possibly... I don't know. And if she sees this, and she makes it this far, I just want her to know that I'm sorry for any distress and uncomfortableness and pain that I've caused you. I never intended any of this. I just wanted someone that I could share my life with, share my joys, share my experiences, because I've lived so much of my life by myself, even though I'm not by myself. But so many times I've had to experience things and be just me. And I thought, here's a person who seems interested in me, even though I'm me. She's interested in me, even though I'm like the rough, edged, mess up human being. Well, maybe that's because she didn't know me well enough. And now that she knows I'm so fucked up, you know, but she makes me feel special. She made me feel special. She made me feel wanted. She made me feel liked. She made me happy. Makes me feel joy. She makes me feel like there's a reason to get up in the morning and to face the day, to overcome my obstacles and to seize the opportunities. And I've been working on that. I know I'm not there yet, but she motivates me. She pushes me in ways that I've never been pushed before. Not even Jessica pushed me like that. And I gave her my world. I gave her my everything. I sacrificed my future for her. And she didn't push me like she pushes. Jessica didn't push me like she pushes me. She pushes me to fight. She pushes me to struggle. She pushes me to overcome. She pushes me to do the things that I want to do. To try to make that a reality. To try to not just hold on to my dream, but to try to make it happen. She pushes me to do that. I, for so long, wanted to make movies, and she has ignited that passion back in me. And I've been working on a few things. And she's motivated me to really, really move out of the conceptual stages. She's pushed me to do things, to get out of my comfort zone, to not just be complacent. She inspires me. She inspires me. Her strength, her will, her resilience. She inspires me to win her over. She inspires me to be the best that I can possibly be. She inspires me to achieve, to be greater than I am. And what I want from her is her smile. Her smile. Her lovely, beautiful smile. Her eyes, her attention. And yes, ultimately her love. Ultimately, yes. But there are never any guarantees in life except death and taxes. I wish one day that I would inspire someone in such ways. And I'm trying to work my way to being that kind of person that will inspire someone. That will move someone. One day she's going to meet someone that's going to change her world. Turn her life upside down. Make her question what was been going on. Change her perspective. And when that happens, I hope she'll understand how I felt, well, how I feel now. It's weird because it's like I'm putting her up on this pedestal, and I know that there's a danger in doing things like that. And the truth is, yes, it's like that. But I don't think she's greater than me. I don't think she's better than me. Because I know that there are parts of her that are broken. And I know that I haven't seen her rage yet. I have an inkling of some of that, though. I have felt her disappointment. She's a woman. She's my equal. She's the source of so much feeling and emotion. I want her to feel that joy of knowing that she's one of the most important people in my life. She feels like she is one of the most important people in somebody's life. That she's loved and she's deserving of that love. That despite her shortcomings and her failures, despite how she views herself, despite how the world may have treated her, I want her to know that she's deserving of that affection, that she is worthy of such feelings. Keep looking over there as if I'm looking at her. She is deserving. She's worth the fight. Not an hour and 40 minutes, but definitely super long. So I'm going to end it here on that note. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening. And thanks again for anyone who leaves a comment on this. It is greatly appreciated. And I can't stress this enough that I am very grateful for all of you, your views and your support and your likes. It means the world to me because it is a constant battle against the darkness. And, there's a lot of healing that has to go on. So I appreciate it and I'm thankful for it. In a small way, you're helping me out. And I hope that in some way I'm helping you all out. I hope in some way I'm reaching and affecting and helping. Because I got the hero complex and I want to be the hero. So, till next time, you stay sexy, internet. Catch you.